So, is it that time in your life yet? Do you feel like your family is complete and you and your spouse want to not worry about changing that? Well, the decision can be difficult, but the recovery doesn't have to be. After your vasectomy, you gotta get testes. Doctors usually recommend a jockstrap and ice for your boys to help with comfort. Well, testes is the best of both worlds. This is for the man who is out on the go and needs to get things done. You get the ice packs from the freezer, strap up, and saddle up. The packs give you at least 20 minutes of comfort, even if you're just sitting around watching the game. And most important, guys, no wet spots. Put on the jockstrap under your briefs and go about your day. They come in 3 sizes, medium, large, and extra large, to get your right fit. Now head on over to testes.com. That's TEST-EEZE.com. TEST-EEZE.com. Your wife is going to thank you for the snip, and your testes are going to be thanking me. Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host Sean McGahee, and this is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Patreon, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, wherever, guys. While you're there, go and rate, review, subscribe, and then head on over to the Facebook group and Twitter account and join in the discussion. Don't forget dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com if you have any more lengthy topics or questions you want to bring up. And you can find me personally, Slim Dayspring12 on Twitter and Instagram. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the show. It is a mildly hot summer or fall day. I guess what is it? It's September now. It's not quite fall. It's getting there, but it's September still here in Austin, Texas, and it's still hot. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be 100, so there's that. Just to let you know, my daughter's off in the swimming pool right now doing her thing, so we're still keeping pretty hot in the good old state of Texas. But you know what? October's coming. It's one of my favorite months because it's just that right temperature where it's not too hot, not too cold. March and October are kind of my perfect months when it comes to Texas. But you didn't come here for me to give you a weather report. So, for those of you who don't know, this is how the show goes. Throughout the week, I and others have been posting news stories and things on the Facebook group and Twitter account, of course, giving us nice little things to discuss. And once a week, I try to come on here, do an episode, sit down, and go through about 3 topics or so, maybe, of things that I have a little bit more to say about or a little more insight or things like that. You guys continue to fire back on the social media groups and we have a discussion about it. That's how it all goes. However, I will tell you this week, a little bit shorter actually, I started going through the Dayspring discussion side because I'm more active on the Facebook group than I am the Twitter account. On the Facebook group, I post like some memes and other things, where usually Twitter, I'll just post like news stuff. So I'm more active on Facebook. So when I go to look through what I posted and what other people have posted for the week, I'll usually go to the Facebook group and kind of scroll and see if there's anything real I want to talk about. And honestly, there's not a lot I want to go more in-depth to. I mean, there's things that I could talk about, such as live-action She-Ra being developed at Amazon, the Batman's Penguin getting a spin-off on HBO Max, the comic book Grindel is getting a live-action Netflix adaptation, and a few other things as well. But really, there's only one thing that I feel like I want to expand on, and that's going to be about it. So it might be a short show. We'll see how it goes, guys. But before we start off, I always like to start it with a little segment I call What's Got My Attention. Now, this is usually something that I've been watching or something I've been reading that I've been interested in, and I wanted to share it with you. And really what's been on my mind the last couple days is tonight's Emmys. That's right. The Emmys are tonight. What number is it? Is it 71st? I have this website pulled up here. It is the 73rd Emmy Awards is what it is tonight, guys. It's going to be on CBS. I enjoy the Emmys. I'm a big movie and TV guy, and the Emmys are kind of the prestige television awards, much like how the Oscars are the prestige of the movie awards. So Emmys and Oscars is what I like. Golden Globes, you can throw those out. People's Choice Awards. Okay, I gotta say this. Okay, I went online. Was it the IMDb website, and you could vote for your picks for the Emmys and stuff like that. And you can tell it's like a People's Choice Award where like WandaVision was crushing it in Best Limited Series and Mandalorian was crushing it in Best Drama, which they may, but usually they go a little different. You can tell that what people really watch and what people really like, which is to say that's fine. But the reason I like the Oscars and the Emmys and why I hold them in a little bit higher esteem than some of the other awards shows is because they're voted on by people who work in the industry. Oscars are voted on by people who work in movies. The Emmys are voted on by people who work in television, not just critics or just Joe Schmo slub slackers like me. So again, it's people who know what good television is, and it's I trust their opinion over mine and my friends, to say the least. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to be sit down watching the Emmys tonight, and it's kind of nice this year because I think that in regards to geekdom, the genres has starting to push through a little bit. Of course, a couple years ago, Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. We got what was it? Logan was up for Best original screenplay or adapted screenplay, maybe was it, at the Oscars as well. We're starting to get there, and this year's Emmys is definitely no exception. Of course, we got some great television, and I'm just gonna go through real quick and just kind of highlight why I think more geeks or more people like me who are into the Marvel, Star Wars, and geekdom should maybe pay attention more to the Emmys tonight. Starting off, we got Best Drama, and of course, you got The Mandalorian, you got The Boys, Lovecraft Country, I guess you could put on there. 3 out of the nominees for Best Drama, the main award for the night, as most people would call it, are in there, and I think that's just something to celebrate that 3 genre shows got in there for the award of the Emmys of television. I think is great. Now, which one's going to win? Well, I think my favorite's The Boys. I like The Boys to win. It's probably going to be The Crown, the way it's going to go. But if The Mandalorian gets it too, I think there's a lot of buzz for The Mandalorian getting it as well. I would love that, being a big Star Wars fan. I grew up on Star Wars, loving Star Wars. Kind of hits me that, if a Star Wars show wins the Best TV Show award, it means something to me as a longtime, lifelong Star Wars fan. But anyway, like I said, The Boys or Mandalorian, I would love to see win it, but I can definitely see The Crown or even Handmaid's Tale taking this one. It's probably how it's going to go. The other one, Best Comedy Series, Cobra Kai's in there. Not really even falls into the geek genre quite as much, but I think it's the closest thing we have. But honestly, I think Ted Lasso's going to pull away with that one because it's Ted Lasso. That show is great. If anyone who watches that show knows how great that show is, and if it doesn't pull away with it, I will be very, very surprised. And then limited series, I think WandaVision is in there. I don't know. It's tough competition because I watched Queen's Gambit and I watched Mayor of Easttown, and the other ones are Underground Railroad and I May Destroy You, which I heard are pretty good too. I think Queen Gambit's going to walk away with it. I would like to see Mayor of Easttown walk away with it and get the award. But again, as a fan of the Marvel stuff, if WandaVision, wins it, I'm okay with that too. It's a tough one, but I think there's more buzz around Queen's Gambit in regards to Emmys. But anyway, guys, hope you guys are checking that out tonight. The other one I would go through would probably be Best Animated Series, but they already did it because they already did a bunch of other awards. A couple days ago, because I know Mandalorian and WandaVision both won quite a bit of technical awards, and they do this early so they don't have to spend 5 hours doing the regular show. But animated series, Bob's Burgers, South Park, Simpsons, Big Mouth, and Primal. I guess Primal won. I would like to see Bob's Burgers win it, but oh well. Primal, I don't know the show. Tartovskis, I forget how you say the guy's last name. Is that the guy who did the old Clone Wars animated miniseries? I'll have to look that up. I've heard the name, but I can't recognize it. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, guys, I'm watching the Emmys tonight. We'll see if Mandalorian and WandaVision or even the boys can walk away with some statues. But let me know what you think. Fireback, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com, and of course, Twitter. All right, yeah, and like I said, I really have only one thing I'd like to kind of expand on or talk about today, and it's something that came out, I think it was Monday or Tuesday it came out, which is our first official trailer for the Disney Plus Hawkeye series. Looks like coming out November 24th. You know, one thing I hate about the way that Disney Plus is doing it now is it used to be everything came out on Friday, and that's normally the day for streaming stuff to come out. I get up Friday mornings a lot of times, and I go through just the streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Peacock, HBO Max, all that, and I hit the added recently or what's new and just kind of see what it is, and I add them to my queue, and they're there for later. So it's nice, though, because some friends of ours, we got into the habit with WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier of getting together Friday nights and watching the newest Marvel episode. But then Loki came out, and it comes out on Wednesday, and, middle of the week, work week, school week, we just can't do it. And I'm assuming, I haven't checked the exact day, but I'm assuming this one comes out on a Wednesday too. It just makes me sad because every episode was kind of an event when it comes to our family, and it's a bummer. But, oh well. But, yes, Hawkeye comes out November 24th. And the first trailer dropped, and it's not what I expected. I will give it to the people over at Disney Plus or the people over at Marvel, is they keep it fresh, much like with the films. Yeah, a lot of people complain that they're all just copy and paste or, all the same with the jokes and blah, blah. Say what you want, okay? They're entertaining. And yeah, they can be somewhat similar as far as the feel, but I think they all have a different flavor to them as far as Captain America versus Ant-Man versus Thor versus Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they all offer something a little bit different, in my opinion. And the Disney Plus series are no exception. I mean, WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, even What If, have all been radically, I think, different from them as far as what they are and what they're trying to come across. And this series looks no different because it looks like we're getting a holiday special. It's like a holiday series or movie is what it is. We have Clint Barton. He's trying to get home for the holidays is what the trailer seems like it's trying to do. So that's just very funny and interesting and very heartwarming in my eyes. But let's just get it out of the way right now. The best thing in this entire trailer was Rogers the musical. I mean, let's agree to that too. We saw the sign. We saw a second of the stage play with them in their costumes. It looks like they're, redoing the Battle of New York almost. I think I saw some Chitauri dressed up there, as well as someone that looks like Loki and Thor and Hulk and all that. Rogers the musical, we better get some extra deleted scenes or a lot of that in it. But I'm assuming that's a play that Hawkeye or Clint takes his kids to while they're in New York. Thing about the trailer as well is he's with his family, he's with his kids. Where's his wife? I'm just curious, they're having a family trip, it looks like, but his wife isn't there. They couldn't, what's her name? Laura Pompey? Pepperone? What was her last name? I forget. The girl from Freaks and Geeks, the one who played his wife so far. Couldn't get her to do it. Maybe she's busy. I don't know, but it just seems a little weird that they're in New York on a family trip and his wife's not there. So maybe there's something going on there. Maybe we'll find out. And then in the trailer, we come to find out that he stays in New York because he's hunting someone who is starting to dress like him, like he did during the blimp years, I guess you would say. Maybe you could call it that. In the comics, when he dresses like that, when Clint Barton dresses like that, he's called Ronin. I don't think they ever actually called him that in Endgame or anything like that, so I shouldn't be using that term when it comes to the MCU, but it's the Ronin costume, is what it is. And it comes to find out that it is Kate Bishop. It's been several years since I read the Matt Fraction comic book, which looks like it's going to be loosely based off of, maybe I'll give it a reread before the series comes out. It is a good read, though. If you haven't read it, it's a good, kind of Hawkeye story. Because some people I know aren't big on Hawkeye. I get it. He's a regular guy. He shoots arrows. Big whoop. But here's what kind of pulled me in as far as this trailer. Aside from the holiday slant, he's trying to go home for Christmas. It's hilarious. I get it. But here's a guy who 5 years, 6 years ago lost his whole family. And essentially, as a guy who has a family himself, essentially lost his will to live. So, given his talents, he decided to take out his anger in the most therapeutic way he could, which was kill any bad guys that survived the snap or the blip, as they call it. And that's what he did. He cold blood killed anyone he could think of just to, get out his anger and frustration. But, give it to him. He at least was taking out the bad guys. And along the way, like they said in the trailer, he did accrue some enemies because of that. Now comes Kate Bishop, who is wearing the costume and probably attracting those enemies that he accrued throughout the years. So my guess is they're going to have to deal with that type of group, and that's what it is going on in this series. He's got to deal with the bad guys and save Kate before he can go home to his family, kind of making amends, really, I think is what it is, because now he has his family back. And, it's all about the amends, I think, is what this series is going to be, trying to finally deal with all the bad things that he felt like he did or things he's not proud of in that 5-year period. And that's what really attracted me to this trailer. What kind of attracted me to the series is the fact that, it is Hawkeye, ever since Age of Ultron, we've known him as a family man, a father, just a guy trying to do his best is what it is. And I can, relate and attach that emotional part to this character, to this series, and go along the ride with Clint and his sidekick on this one as well. Little curious how they're going to do Kate's origin in this, because I think, if I remember correctly, in the comic books, she's a girl who, has a little bit of, comes from a family of a little bit of money, and Hawkeye ends up saving her life, which is why she goes and begins to train in the archery hero business, you would say, and then eventually runs into the actual Hawkeye, and he kind of takes her under her wing, and that's kind of where it goes from there. This one, maybe because she's dressed up in the Ronin costume. Again, I'm not comfortable saying that because it's the MCU, but I don't know what else to call it. The black costume, because she's dressed like that, maybe he saved her life as that character when he was dressed like that during the 5 years, and that's why she's dressing like that now as kind of to honor her hero who saved her life. Like I said, in the comics, she comes from a little bit of money. Maybe, she saved her family or something like that. I don't know. We do have, look, I'm switching over to IMDb here, Vera Farmiga, who is a terrific actress. She's going to be playing Eleanor Bishop. Now, I'm assuming that's going to be Kate's mom. Whether that's going to be flashbacks, current, I don't know, but that's a great actress. And then also, let's not forget, too, that Florence Pugh is set to premiere or show her face in this series as well. If we go to the Black Widow post-credit scene, she's at the grave of Black Widow, and what's her name? Elaine from Seinfeld pops up and says that if she wants revenge, she can go after Hawkeye and blame him for what happened to her sister, so to speak. Now, on IMDb, it says that she's going to be in 8 episodes. I don't believe she's going to be in 8 episodes based off this trailer. Based off the trailer, I don't see her being in 8 episodes. I could be wrong about that, but, with IMDb, you really can't take everything to the bank until the movie or series is actually premiered or done, because that's when it's all cemented in there. Until then, it's all just speculation. But I know she's going to be in it. We were told she's going to be in it. All 8 episodes, I don't know, but oh well. But yes, Hawkeye, again, I think I'm going to like this more than Loki. Falcon and Winter Soldier has been my favorite just because of the style of it. Again, I'm a big fan of the Captain America movies. More about, the less powerful characters, You have the gods of the MCU. You have Thor, you have Hulk, you have the geniuses like Tony Stark. Those aren't really my cup of tea, you know. Like I said, I'm a Captain America guy. I'm a Star-Lord guy. Those are kind of characters I gravitate more because they're more ordinary. Hawkeye, while being a terrific fighter and archer and all that, is more in the human ordinary realm. So again, I think I gravitate more towards that rather than, like I say, an Iron Man or a Hulk or a Thor. So again, I'm probably a little more interested in this than, say, the average MCU fan or average person. Especially, like I said, having to do with the whole family aspect of it all, and the holiday aspect of it too. Just seems charming. What am I gonna say? I love Christmas, so make it a holiday special. I'll sit down with some eggnog around the Christmas tree and watch some Hawkeye. Sounds like a good time to me, guys. But what did you think about this first trailer for the Hawkeye Disney Plus series? Do you like the Christmas holiday angle they're spinning at it? Anything, everything. Talk about it, discuss it. I want to hear your thoughts. So fire back, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com, the Facebook group, and don't forget the Twitter account, guys. That is it for me today. Nice little short one, although not too short, I guess. I did run almost average length, considering I only had one topic. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy your week out there. Hopefully there's some good stuff coming up too. I think, let's see here, what comes out next weekend? I did check out the first episode of Why the Last Man, but I haven't gotten caught up on it yet, so I don't really want to talk about it yet too. I'll hold that off maybe for a few more weeks or maybe till the season's done to share my thoughts on that one. I know Venom comes out October 1st. That's in 2 weeks. I'm really torn about that. I'm really torn about Venom Let There Be Carnage because I absolutely hated that first Venom film. And I really don't want to see it. But at the same time, I'm just intrigued by it because it is of the genre. So I feel like I should go see it. I don't know. I'll stew on it a little more and then decide. Till then, I got 2 weeks, so we'll go from there, guys. But anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Like I said, enjoy your week, enjoy your lives, and until next time, may the force be with us all.